It's a nice, wonderful day. Once again, in the long dark, because of the fact that somebody now has all of the gear that she needs in order to do the work to go play in the far territory in the airfield. Hello, everybody. This is Frogman. Welcome back to the long dark. Our Astrid is ready to go, and I think it's time for us to, well, take a hike. It's time to get this sucker moving. I think it's been about 10 or 11 episodes since we had to restart, and for what it's worth, that's pretty fast for me to get to where we need to go. We're day 40, and almost where we really need to be. I'm a little sad about this one, but again, those start whenever we need to do, and if we kind of just work on it a little bit more, we'll be able to get our archery up and going. I think that's going to be the only thing that's going to really be sad about it, but it is what it is, and we'll be fine. So I think we did everything we needed to do. I think I've got everything set up. I think I don't even need to do much of anything else, because I think if I recall correctly, I crafted the other sapling that we had into a bow. And looking at the durability on this one, I might just go ahead and kick one of those real quick, but we should have everything we need to continue on with this process. So I am going to collect up, well, we're going to bring a few things. We're going to bring a hammer. We're going to bring all of the little parts pieces. I'm probably going to go ahead and maybe even drag along a little bit of materials, like maybe one of those, just maybe, but we're going to hope we run into a couple of things. So I did not realize that one was getting that low. Let's just make one of these for right now, just so that we have an extra bow, because I don't like to walk around with one that's less than like 80% without having a fully crafted one up, because you can get into a fight with this low of skill level. Once we get over skill level 3 or 4 or whatever it is, where the durability starts, staying around a little bit longer, we should be able to do that. But like I said, every bow shot is very expensive on durability on this, so yeah, we kind of tend to want to make sure everything's working. Anyhow, I don't think there's anything else we need. We need to make sure that we have all the tools that we normally have, because it's been a little bit since I've played this one. And I think we're going to go, I guess. Go. Yeah, go. Grab one of those. And given, since we have all of the usability that we have right now, we're down on water, that's fine. I'm going to take 4 full moose steaks if we can. So that's not a full one. And all right, yeah, I want to be fairly heavy. Once again, we're going to be fairly heavy for a really long time. This is going to help us get through some of this stuff that we're going to have to deal with. And I was really kind of hoping I was going to get a sunny day so that I don't have to waste the oh, he's coming already. Oh, good. He left. Give me 1 second. I need to work on my desktop audio. I can't hear this game right now. Okay. That's more like it. Got an application running in the background that's supposed to be catching things that, for whatever reason, is lowering the volume of whatever I'm doing on my desktop. Thank you for that. Wonderful. All right, let's get out of here. And we'll probably end up with another one. You know what? Let's go the other way. They're all out again, so I don't feel like fooling with them. We are going to leave a little bit of this area to explore later, maybe in the fact that, hoping they might decide to turn on some caches, although I don't think that's ever going to happen, given that we already know that they don't like interlopers getting fun stuff. So, but I did not do the walk. I did not check the cave, which means we didn't get a couple of things that are likely back there, like a fire striker. The only reason why I like a fire striker really is so that I have an extra way of lighting torches. And that way you don't burn matches accidentally when you're carrying a torch around and you accidentally click on something on the ground like this. So, yeah. But we need that back out in case this wolf can smell us. But I'm going to be very happy about having 10 days in here before day 50. It might actually be reasonably warm enough for us to be able to kind of do a little bit of wandering around. But this time we're not going to sleep in a tunnel and die stupidly. Because tunnel is not warm. I had hoped, but I guess we'll just burn a match. I don't feel like using the lantern in here. As I stated, I think they did a little bit of goofiness around the lantern to make these things a little bit more of a pain than they really need to be. So we'll just use a torch, because a torch doesn't put a silly bloom in your eyeballs. But let's get moving. Let's get this over with. We can start doing the fun stuff. Finally, time to go play in here. If you kind of work on your screen settings, you can kind of turn this up so you can actually see, but I will go ahead and produce a torch, because I think there's one right here somewhere that I don't want to walk by. Yep, there it is. Thank you. And of course, any coal we can pick up. We need the coal. This zone is not very well known, or very well populated with coal. Well known. I don't know what I'm saying. It's still a little early in the morning. I'm still working on my first cup of coffee, so you know how that goes. Yep, there's one. Yeah, we're going to be plenty heavy. And that is completely intentional. Around. And just the dead guy this time, no backpack. Use it, please. Keep walking. Again, I'm going to be very interested to see what custom does to the settings of this zone. First section doesn't seem to take very long. It's not like the first little bit is not bad. It's the last little bit that's ridiculously long, especially the walk into the airfield. The airfield is ridiculously long. I understand they wanted to make it feel like a trek, but it's boring. But let's see what we get. There's paint in that bucket. Huh. And if we end up with some food down here, we might actually go ahead and hunt it this time, because my plans are, I think what we're going to try to do, we're going to go ahead and go into the airfield. I said I was going to go ahead and map the airfield, and I think we will eventually do all of the mapping on the airfield just so that we can kind of do it. I want to hit a few of the main points, and I do think we're just going to go ahead and grab the transmitter and kind of walk around with it a little bit so that we can kind of do some stuff, because I do want to kind of make sure we're touching on that as much as we can as well. But I think for the moment, we just need to get into it. So I think today we're going to likely try to do what we can with Transfer Pass. And by that, I mean I'm going to try to hunt up as many of the rabbits that are available, or just basically we're going to try to get as much food as we can going. I do love that picture. It's so cool. Let's go see if the other pry bar is down here. Where did you go? Almost lost it. Yep, there's another pry bar here. Cool. Where is he? So we're going to probably map most of this area on the way back out. So he's down there. There is nothing, like I said, there's another way down. You follow the stairs down, you end up over at this little rock climb down there, and then you end up down in the water. I want to come over here for sure and put the rope down. Because they give it to us, you might as well do it. And another simple park, don't want it. Same thing in the same spot twice. Can I have the backpack, please? Thank you. Nothing. That's good to know. Don't lose your torch. Don't lose your torch. Don't lose your torch. Thank you. You smell me pretty much, don't you, buddy? Okay, cool. Now, because we're heavy, we gotta go all the way back around the corner and down the way to go say hi to Mr. Wolf, but that's okay. I just wanted to make sure that was put down so that we can get in and out a little bit easier next time. Go ahead, drink water. I don't know why I'm hanging on to what little bit we've got. Should have not done that, but we can do this. Have a little piece. So let's go back in here. And probably drop the worst of the pry bar. There's not a lot. I mean, there's a couple of things. I don't remember exactly. I think there's like 1 or 2 or 3 locked things that we have to worry about. So likely all I'm going to do is just bring one brand new pry bar with us and leave the other one sitting right here at the top of the stairs. So we can drop that one, that one. I am so hoping we find a toolbox or a new hacksaw, which I think we are going to find a new hacksaw. No big deal, let's go. Where are you, buddy? Well, I need a new torch anyway. That one's about to go out. He'll come back. I'll get another chance. I want to get up on that rock because there's like that hole in it. Run behind me this time. little hole in that rock up there. One of these times I'm going to come up here and kind of fiddle around and see if you can't get into it, but I don't think you can. Kind of a neat looking little structure down here. The rabbits are down. Probably not for very long. Sometimes there's a deer down here too. I'm gonna let's see if we can get him over here. He might try to attack one of these guys now. Well, I guess I gotta protect the rabbits. Use. Nope. Where are you gonna go, buddy? Come on back. Come on back. How long we got? 25. Come on. You sucker. That's right. We're gonna do a little bit of How did I shoot right over him? Where did it go? It's all right. No big deal. He'll bleed out. He's having a hard time. His AI's doing the... That didn't work. Bounce clear back to me. Dude, just quit. And I'm doing good today. It's been a minute since I pulled triggers on this one. You're just goofy, aren't you? Okay, stop. Moving. Golly, I'm gonna suck today. I don't know what is wrong with this wolf. Trying to hit a moving target with a bow, especially one as fast as a wolf. There. Finally. 16 shots. And that was worth it. Let's go get us a fire going. Yep. Yep. Let's get us a fire going. Use... That's fine. Again, we need to level this character. So I need to shoot as many arrows as I can or read as many books as I can. And I'm going to go in here just because the weather doesn't look so great. Go ahead, chop this stuff up. This is just trying to prepare for later when we come back. There is one thing I'm going to suggest highly, if you're coming into the zone, is bring a lot of food with you or come in with cooking 5 and harvest everything you can get your hands on, because there is not a whole lot in this little first section to eat. So him killing 2 rabbits for us and then presenting himself is an amazing, wonderful thing that he could possibly do. And I'm totally okay with, you know, wasting a little bit of fuel and time. The only reason I'm doing this inside is because it's probably going to pop up and become a nasty storm in a minute. So that's an hour. That'll work. I need to do a little bit more work. I'm going to go ahead and at least pull the meat off of him. And I will see you all once we're done doing a little bit of goofing. Alrighty, we got all that taken care of. I went ahead and peeled the rabbits and all the meat and whatnot's outside, so I've used a little bit of our coal, but I do know that there's going to be some more coal in here. Also picked up a few sticks. Let's get to the other end of this cave before we let her sleep, so we can do a little bit of exploring. There should be a few pieces of replacement coal in here. Also a dead guy, a backpack, and a fire. Hopefully. Well, you know. Wool toque and some wood. Gather that up. We'll haul it to the front. She's once again going to be pretty heavy for a long time. I mean, sadly enough, we don't have the technical backpack. We probably won't have that until day, I don't know, 80 or 90. Depends on when we feel like going to go do some of the signal void stuff. That's kind of the thing I think we're going to do. We're going to try to do a fair amount of the airfield in, like, I don't know, a couple of days, maybe a week or two or three, and then start working our way back through all of the zones. And when we go to Pleasant Valley to take care of the transmitter that is in there, which we're going to see all that fairly soon, we'll probably go on into Timberwolf, go do all of the normal Timberwolf Ash Canyon run, and then come back out, go to one of the other transmitter locations. I have a notion to go fix all of them before we come back here to do all of the rest of the stuff. That way we can kind of play around with this character once everything is completed. There are, what is it, 6 of them? But we'll see. We shall see. Depends on how poorly or goodly we are doing. You're gonna be nice and heavy when we get to the other end of this. Can't see a stinking thing. New torch, I think. That should be the entrance right there, right? No. It's a long cave. I will take. Alright, let's place a fire. And I need to make torches regardless, so we'll go ahead and make a torch or two, little bit more water probably, and then we'll
come on, little fire, come on,
go to the rest of the section, through the rest of the section, and we'll see if we run into anything else more interesting up here. So I will see you all in the morning.
That's a good one.
Oh, it sounds like we have a blizzard outside. How lovely of it to do that and present us with some kind of silly stuff like that. All right, we already have the best that we can do as far as those go. The really kind of sad thing is this and this share the same warmth bonus as far as those go, and this is harder to deal with as far as repair than this is. So once you have a rabbit hat, which again, the sadness is this and this is really good compared to this and this, even though it's kind of, you can't really see it right now. The windproof bonus on this is a lot higher. I mean, that's a, you know, that's almost a full degree of Fahrenheit warmth, or I should say warmth protection over this, which is amazing. And when you start to play around with it, this, as far as an interloper condition or a way to do things, this and this is better than this and this. So I should say this and this is better than this and this either way. But I mean, we're gonna, I don't know what I want to do with this one. We've had this one, it was given to us. I think we'll just keep running it for right now. I'll put that down. We have a blizzard. I guess I need to pass time indoors. Well, I guess I can sharpen some stuff, but yes, we have to pass some time. All right, I think it's about gone. We're gonna give it to about right there, though. About midday, we'll be fine. We got plenty of water. I made some. We've got all those kinds of things we need. I'd like it to clear up so I can light a torch, but yeah, we'll leave that there. We'll leave a couple of other things for us for later, and go ahead and eat one of those. I really should just pin that to the radial so that it quits. Can I remove? No, I can. We can pin that and that and that. Thank you. That's better. Well, I was hoping for a little bit more. Whatever. Son, let's go. And yeah, us flinging arrows at stuff that went from 60 something to 40 something, just flinging arrows around like that, like an idiot. You know, that's why I don't really like not running with two bows all the time. And I am one to run one clear down to the end, so it is what it is. So let's get out of here. We'll be heavy again. She's gonna stay heavy until we get to the train station. And I might even harvest some of the wildlife that's around. Again, like, there's nothing on this road. So bring lots of cattails or be ready to harvest all of the rabbits and all of the wolves and all of the little random character animals that'll be around in order to be able to make this trip. Whatever. And I need... Probably need to start collecting rocks. Although we have a cave coming up, we'll see, or a tunnel. Steely Chasm. Are you gonna tell me? Let's say I almost crossed the bridge. Fun fact to note of, though, that wolf that we found, this whole area is considered a zone. So this whole thing is considered an area, and that wolf can spawn anywhere in one of these areas that's large enough for the animals to spawn in. So he can be here, I think, as we found last time. And we ate him here. Hey, that'll work. I'll take that. Thank you. You know, I have a pry bar. I'd love to be able to pry these open. So maybe when we come back through, he'll be in here. But let's get just on further. Kind of one of those, you're sitting here trying to make conversation over a really, really long, boring walk with nothing to do except, you know, stuff to look at. And there's not even really much to look at. And there is the wind. Time to walk with the thing on the ground so you can see. It's awful. I don't understand what kind of a mechanic this is supposed to be. I know it's supposed to make me a little bit more engaged with the environment and feel a little bit more, you know, enclosed. But why does this work differently in a cave than in here? And why is it this cold in here? It's underground. I know, utterly riveting content because you can't see anything. Whatever. We'll do the look around, see if we see anything interesting. Not a single piece of coal. And we come to the section of our frustration. Rest in peace, my dear. Alrighty, well, we're gonna do the stuff. Simply walk down the line and pick everything we can pick. Check out all of the stuff right here close. There's some stuff I do want to get done today in this episode, and that is going to be, we're going to try to just do a real quick loot around. I am going to try to pick as many of the cattails as we can so that we can leave it in, well, what's coming. So we'll gather as many of these up as we can. And probably leave them here too. Just kind of I think one of the most disappointing the most disappointing parts of this new section, or at least this area, is the just utter lack of food in this interchange zone that makes you bring food in and be prepared to, you know, starve. I mean, it is what it is. I understand it's meant to be a really, really long walk and a very long journey, but I should have some amount of reasonable food here, and there isn't. There's not a whole lot. There's a bunch of cattails, a few acorns, which they finally added in. Thank God. The first time I came in here, we didn't have acorns. So my other interloper that died the other day, she kind of didn't do very well in here for a while because there's not a whole lot. I don't remember exactly how many cattails there are here, but it's one of those points. Bring lots of food and get ready to eat all of it. Or do, not well fed, which, you can do. We're kind of being forced to do it. But we'll do a little wander, do a little look-see around. I need to go over here. We may end up spending like a little bit of time just doing the work in here, so I want to try to get all this beginning stuff done. She's going to get really, 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 really heavy, but it's fine. So one of the things that's been majorly introduced, I should say, in this new area is the introduction of outdoor-indoor spaces. Given the fact that the team has now figured out how to make houses without having transition zones going into them, there's an awful lot of outdoor-indoor space or interaction with the indoors and the outdoors. This is one of the bigger things that you're going to notice about the airfield and about this particular thing. And like a lot of the newer zones, well, I should say a lot of the newer zones. Actually, this is the first newer zone where there's a majority of the areas that you're going to be going to are going to be, like I said, you just open a door and walk in it instead of doing what you would normally do, which is transition between the outdoors and the indoors. So looking for where am I? Cave over here. Already missed it. I love the fog. It's so great. I still get so turned around in the fog, it's not even funny. We may come back. Let you guys live for a minute. Looking for something very specific. Plus, there's enough calories in these now, we can kind of figure out how to make them work. But again, given that this is a transition zone where we're going to have multiple zones come off of it eventually, it's really kind of almost very, very inconvenient, but like very kind of a pain in the butt that you just saw our major food. After you eat all the acorns and you eat all of the cattails in this area, that's all you have for food is rabbits. There's no deer. There's no, and this is interloper. If you're doing this in Stalker, I believe there's a deer that lives here. But that's it. Like, I think there's 5 rabbits, maybe 6. And I don't know, maybe 50 or not 50, probably like 30 or 40 cattails. So it's like, going camping IRL. You come in here bringing everything you think you need and stay only as long as you need to. So don't know how I missed the cave. Well, the fog just, whatever. Let's get down here. Let's get to the railroad. Let's get to the terminal. This zone is not very big. Again, all we're going to do is kind of just gather up some of this stuff, build up a little bit of a stockpile of usable things for later. Because again, I don't want to stay here very long. If we stay here very long, we end up using all of the resources up that are available in this particular little teeny tiny transfer zone. So that when we decide we want to go do any of the other zones that they're going to add eventually, you're going to be, like, again, out of food. So we don't want to stay here very long. Plus, she's going to get to the point where I'm not going to be able to walk. Yeah, I'd love to show you what it looks like. Oh, there's the wall. Okay, we're getting closer. I done screwed that one up. Alrighty, signs of civilization. I think we'll find a few things over here if we look around, possibly. Yep, there's a couple of pieces of coal. Unsure yet whether those respawn or not. There are a few places in this zone where the coal will respawn, or this zone, the new areas. So it's a good thing to kind of pay attention to. But there be the vacant depot, and there's some other stuff going on behind us that we can't currently see. Let's check the cars and go inside. And a battery.
I won't be able to carry this load for much longer.
I'm glad I don't have to carry that load very far at all. Should have actually drug one of those pry bars all the way here, but whatever. Nice snowdrift.
It's so cold. I just want to lay down for a bit.
Oh, you're fine.
Damn, I'm freezing.
Well, let's get inside then and let the fog go away, maybe. Alright, no more trains. Well, no kidding. But this is what I mean by indoor-outdoor building. That used to not be a thing now. The sad point about that is in order to get a save point in any one of these areas, you have to pass time or sleep in something. But let's check out all of these suitcases. Let's see if there's anything good here. Decent wool toque. Lovely. No. Well, you guys can have all of the clothing you just gave me. And we'll keep looking around. It's a neat little fireplace, piece of charcoal. Teeny amount of water. Piece of cloth. Nice. And I don't think there's going to be anything else in here for us this time. No. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and lighten the load up just slightly. We're going to go put like 30 cattails in there. And probably all of those for now. Yeah, I think we'll just leave those in here for now. And you can have one or two of those as well. And we're going to kind of live off of what we've got for right now. And I do want to do a little bit of derping around outside here in a second. So I'm going to go dump the wood off. Let's put the wood in here for right now. Put the wood in this one for now, just because it's easier to pick it up that way. All right, cool. And you guys can have, we have an awful lot of matches. I'm going to go ahead and leave that pack right here as well. I guess I don't need that much. Let's do this. We're going to kind of use this as a staging location. So we'll just bring in 30. That should be sufficient. And I don't need any more of that. You guys can keep that. I don't actually think there's going to be any more of this available either. So that can stay. We're going to have to be careful. We're just going to have to be careful on all of that. All right, cool. Let's go and see if there's anything visible. Well, let's get rid of that. So that's the only way you can save in these kinds of zones. You can't zone in and out of a door. You now have to pass an hour of time to save. So let's go check out the depot area. So there's a coal loading chute thing. And there should be a decent amount of firewood laying around, I think. As well as a couple of more pieces of coal somewhere. That was it. All right, well, let's go get in that thing. Do want to do a little bit. Unfortunately, yes, we're doing this together after I've done it several times, so we can just kind of check all of the boxes and find all of the neat little things that should be around, at least. If the fog wasn't out here, I'd try to do a little bit more, but we're going to check a couple of more things here. Check the coal chute in just a second. You drink some water before you get to being too dry. Now there's several pathways off of here. The road goes that way. The road goes up to this direction. The road goes over there. Again, love to show you. Can't because there's nothing here. We're going to take teas from here on out, though, because it is going to be one of those toys that once we get into the airfield, we're going to want. Because it's incredibly cold, as I've stated several times. And I scared him anyway. That's fine. End of the road. Is there any wood down here for us? I'm guessing eventually this is going to be a transition that's not open. Nothing. Okay. But as stated, legitimately, these are your only sources of food if you're on Interloper. Get up. Sorry. He ran up the tree and back.
I wonder if I can drop any.
All right, let's go check coal shootout. We got dinner. I mean, I think we still have a little bit of dinner, but we have dinner. And is there anything laying right here? Not today. And boink. And walk up. Piece of scrap metal, door going out this direction, which you will fall down and break your neck if you go down that. And there's a torch. Nothing else this time. Neat. Okay. I love how there's a whatever. And out. That's the safe way to do it. All right, and this fog has cleared slightly, so we can look around and see if there's anything else right here real close, and we'll see what we can come up with. I think there's probably like one more rabbit or two. Maybe. Not, there's sticks, and we all know how we like sticks. And I see a few cattail. Let's go ahead and grab these just because we can. And then we'll go back over to the depot and say good evening. Good night. I guess we could go look over the cliff over here. That's kind of neat to do. Let's go do that. Of course, you still can't see anything. Well, I guess we can see a little. Conductors drop off. Get back up on this rock. There's a wall right here. I forget. There is a wall. You can't get down to look down in there from this one very well. They don't want you down there yet. I'm assuming eventually we'll be down into that area. This zone is huge. It's just that you have limited access to the small spot. And that might just be ambience like that. The one spot in Milton is that you can get down to if you figure out how to get to it. Anyhow, let's take a walk back over to the station. We'll put her to bed after we skin a couple of rabbits. And we'll see what happens. I think next time we'll probably try to just finish what's this left of this little area, which is just kind of run through. And oh, you're fine, dear. You're fine. You're alive. You made it. We'll finish up this little area. There's just a couple of little things to note about, like there's a cave or two, and again, you can kind of see it over there. I believe that is the pathway into the airfield that direction, and then there's another gap that goes up that way that I believe is to the mine once the mine thing comes into being, and then there's something else that we're supposed to end up with. I forget exactly what it is, but I figure it's probably going to be out either over there or over there, but there's several, like, you can kind of overlook down into that little hole over there on this side. But I guess this is going to be home for now. I'm going to set her up, get her squared away, and we'll be ready to go in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see ya.